Next slide.
You just share it here.
Oh, you're sharing here?
There's
Okay,
one.
cool. So we
Sorry.
are one of 11 partnerships. And we began actually in 2019. I always say Cindy and I started on the same day in May. And really, when I think about the partnership, I think of us being a hub. And so when residents need anything around housing, employment, education, medical services, we have an amazing network of service providers that we can refer them out to get those vital resources. And it's not just a referral, right? We have pinpoint people in those organizations that we have relationships with. So we're not just like calling a random phone number or filling out a form and sending people off. We actually make a connection and we follow up to ensure that they are receiving the services that they need. In addition to that, we also do a lot of amazing community events. I know that some of you have attended our events. And what I love about how we've grown so far since 2019 is that our events have become ones that we do on an annual basis, like our women's appreciation event, our men's appreciation event. And it is really encouraging to see that we've grown in such an amazing way. So this is an opportunity for you all to come together. This meeting is specifically geared towards encouraging residents to come and share your insights with us and also to hear the great information that we're going to be sharing. So I'm super excited. The person who's going to be presenting reached out to me and said that he wanted to share about financial literacy. And I'm just super excited because I know that our community really needs to understand how money works. So you guys are in for a treat today. And stay tuned because you're going to be receiving some great information. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Lamecca.
All right. Am I good to go?
Share about what's sorry. I want to share about our monthly meetings. You're already here joining Open Door, as you all know, and please spread the word. Open Door happens on the second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. It's a virtual meeting, again, providing a platform for residents such as yourself to receive information, share information, and connect. Wait, sorry. Our monthly general meeting is largely attended by service providers, but it's also open to residents that sometimes attend as well. But this meeting happens on the fourth Thursday of each month from 3 to 5. And this is a hybrid meeting. So it happens in person at My Time Inc. location, which is 640 Parkside Avenue. And then we also have it available virtual via Zoom. And all of this information is shared via our newsletter. And we have an upcoming event this month, which is the annual Black History Family Cook-Off. This is a family cooking competition. We'll have a special empowerment workshop included in that day. And also, as again, with the celebration of Black culture and history. If you have not got a chance to sign up, we encourage you to sign up because space is limited. I haven't checked the registration yet, but I know that it's been filling in with families signing up. So again, this is an opportunity. February 22nd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be located at Canberra Beacon, which is located at PS 361, which is located at 1957 Nostrand Avenue. And I will put the link in the chat for registering for this as well. Also want to share, you all that attend this meeting on a monthly basis, we would love to invite you to get more involved with the partnership. We have been sharing this on the newsletter, but we're sharing it here today to join the governance team. This is an opportunity for residents to help the partnership guide our community focus initiatives. So you'll be helping us make decisions on the work that we do, and we want to hear your voice. We don't want to be making decisions for the community. We want it to be made up together. This meeting happens on the first Tuesday of every month from 4 to 5 via Zoom. So it's always virtual. You don't have to come outside your home, either in the cold or the hot heat. So, and those who participate, each time you participate, you will get a $15 gift card for attending the meeting. So I will also put in the chat the link to sign up for this and show your interest if you're interested in being part of the governance team as well. And now, I'm mad at myself because I didn't even ask our speaker who joined 15 minutes before this and to hear ask him how to pronounce his name. Rebecca's probably better than me. Rebecca, could you help me with that?
Oh, you think I'm better? Okay. Leandri?
You got it.
Yay! 20 points for me.
It's super Spanish. My mom's Lilia, my dad's Andres. They combined the both. Got it. All right, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Good. All right. So a little bit of background of me. I've been with State Farm for about 3 years now. Before that, I used to teach finance to foster children and to homeless adults coming out of the DHS and a company called Children's Aid. And I'm passionate about this because, a little bit about me. I actually had two brain surgeries when I was 17. I've had two strokes and four seizures. And to be completely honest, I lost everything. My credit went to crap, lost my job. My mother also had cancer that year, so she lost her job. And then I got licensed to be a financial consultant. Now I'm also a financial advisor. And the goal is to help everyone here make sure that y'all never go through financially what I've been through. So today, let me just share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So I got three rules. Note takers and money makers. I do suggest you take out a notebook or your notes. It don't matter. Just put some notes down. Two, do not be afraid to ask questions. Even if I'm speaking, you can stop me. Even though since I am sharing my screen, I don't have access to the chat. So, Cindy Lemecca, if that could tell me there's a question in the chat, I'd appreciate it. And number three, execute. Because if I teach you how to budget today, you never know how that might change your life tomorrow. Also, the fourth and unspoken rule, I'm interactive. It's 7 o'clock. Some of you have been working all day. I don't want to bore you, so I do ask for participation. And at the end, I will be giving out a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A since tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So, one question for all of you. If you can't manage $100, do you think you can manage 1 million?
No,
And why is that?
I tend to just spend the money right away.
It's all right. Me too sometimes. Now, the point of that is that most people think I'm going to hit the lottery or I'm going to get rich. But when you get rich, what do you plan on doing with that money? Because the same way it comes, it can leave the same way. So, the goals teach you your financial foundation. The first step is to always learn how to manage your money. I've seen an 11-year-old manage $10 a week and somehow she made it in New York. It's one of my first students. She was new in the foster system and she was getting her little checks. She made it happen. After that, which will be the following lessons after this one, is your credit. Anybody got credit cards here?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, I got a wife and two kids. There are times when my credit card bill can come and it's ridiculous. But it's about learning how to manage it. Because once you know how to manage your money, you can manage someone else's money, which is a credit. And the last step of your foundation is protecting your money. God forbid any of you stop working, something happens. Do you have a plan to make sure income still comes in? Hello?
What was the question again?
God forbid you can't work no more. Do you have a plan to still bring money in, like to the house?
No.
And that's when people most don't have. And that's why I always tell people this is, yes, Stephanie, emergency savings. That's what most people don't have and multiple streams of income. So the goal today is to teach you how the first step of your financial foundation is how to manage that money you first make. So we're gonna break it down to two different expenses. There are fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed are things that stay the same every month, which is like rent, your car payments. I'd say Netflix, but that just increased from like $22 to $25. I hate it. And then the other one is variable expenses. These are costs that can change, like your light bill, groceries. I just bought a car in a bag and they charged me $20. I wanted to cry. Boom. So now, one second, we're gonna play a quick little game. Do you think clothing is a variable expense that goes up and down, or is it a fixed expense that stays the same every single time? Stephanie says variable. Anybody else?
Veritable.
I think it could be up to you if you set uh how much you want to spend per month and don't go beyond that.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. But when it was crazy, I just had a client yesterday tell me that. But sometimes that clothing can go up. Like for example, I love Old Navy. Old Navy doesn't have the same prices as it was in 2015, where I bought a lot with $200, and it changes. But depending on your budget, you can make it a fixed expense. What about rent? Is it fixed or is it variable?
Variable.
And now my favorite. Oh, fixed based on lease. Judith depends. Why, Judith? Why do you think it depends?
It depends. You said is it fixed or variable, but it depends because sometimes the landlord could keep it the same, but then sometimes they could raise it. So it could be both.
Good. What about my favorite, date night? Is that fixed or is that variable?
Variable.
Stephanie, it can be fixed. Can set a budget. But I've noticed in New York, for example, I Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I'm taking my wife to a spa. And I took her last year to the same place. And the same spa day that cost $500, now they want $700 for the same exact thing. You go Dutch, Judith, you great. I My wife hates going Dutch, but I tell her sometimes, hey, we gotta make it happen. This bill's expensive. There's a place called Fogo de Chao on 53rd Street and like 3rd Avenue. It's all you can eat, but the bill can come out to like $500. And then this is a controversial one: is food variable or fixed?
Variable.
Yeah, Gilbert, it is variable. You're right. And then Netflix, variable or fixed?
Will be fixed for a few months, years.
Man, yeah. And then they hit you with the notice of I gotta increase, which is horrible. But great job, everyone. Mm. And now we're gonna speak about the three basic ways to budget. And at the end, I'm gonna give you the actual budget sheets so you can write it down. You can do it on your phone, the computer, or on paper. The first one is a 50-30-20 rule. The idea is to divide your income into three categories, meaning 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% goes to your savings. So I'm gonna show you how this looks. This person makes $2,724 a month, and this is in New York. I need you all to tell me, see how the way that they split their budget, look at the amount they're supposed to spend and the total amount. And you tell me if there's anything wrong with how they're budgeting. Anybody notice any mistakes? Or would change anything specifically out of this budget?
The groceries for the dining out. Groceries could be higher and dining out smaller. Probably. I'm not sure.
Got it. Thank you. Anything else?
Spend less on
Toilet,
shopping, maybe.
toiletry too much. 220. What you buying?
People tell me that every single time. You know what's crazy? I went to Target and we bought toilet paper, toothpaste, all those things, and the bill almost came to what, 175? So
Gotta get coupons or something.
I know. Shit, you telling me I scan my rewards every single time. But yeah, dining out is insane. But now here's the argument. If I spend less on groceries, I just buy snacks. But my dining out is how I feed myself because I don't have time to cook. Is that all right?
If you keep your budget, if it I'm also the same way where I don't cook and I try to buy out, but I don't go beyond certain amount of money. And
Yeah.
if I see that I'm going to reach the limit, then I start cooking or preparing wherever it is like easy.
Wouldn't the dining out, if you need the food to eat to survive, basically, wouldn't that be under needs instead of wants?
You told me, and that's what a lot of people would. What I tell people is your needs are different than everybody else's. For example, I'm always on the road because I teach in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Jersey, New York. So there are times that I don't have time to sit down and meal prep for the week. I have to buy food outside. So that's a need for me, my dining out. And my groceries is, my wants, my little snacks. So I switch it with each other. But besides that, look how much this person's supposed to spend and look how much they're actually spending. Aren't they overspending?
Or they went over budget.
Yeah. And now here's the problem with this method, which is one of my favorite methods, but the issue is that you can put a certain amount but go over the budget because you're not realizing you're being reckless. Or, for example, the phone bill. I used to pay $200 to T-Mobile, and that was just for one phone. And there's times where they were charging me extra, which I didn't know was wrong, and my budget will be out of place. So now, instead of having a set amount for everything, I will be lost. So this method is good if you're, I guess, articulate, meaning you want to know specifically, I'm going to spend this on this, and this on that. Any questions on this method?
No.
Okay. And now the next one is zero-based budgeting. This is when instead of you putting like a percentage on the wants, needs, and savings, you're gonna give every dollar a job. Every dollar has a place to go. Because with this method, you can't overspend. You know where every single dollar is going. Meaning, I've seen people who will stand in the target line and just calculate the taxes. They have the app and just they'll scan it, and the moment they see the cent is off, they'll be like, "No, this is not right." So this is how it will look for someone who makes 3,000 a month. As you can see, instead of putting it in three different categories, they list all their expenses and they know exactly where the money goes. This one's pretty simple. This one's the more basic one. Any questions on this one? No?
No.
Right. Well, let's go to the last one. I have a question for all of you. Do you pay rent twice a month or once a month?
Once a month.
Thank you. And now, do you get paid once a month or twice a month?
Twice a month.
So if you get paid twice, would you include your to pay rent in both budgets, or would you put it in one budget? In the sense of you get paid twice. The first paycheck covers the first to the 15th, and your second paycheck you get usually holds you down from the 16th to the end of the month. Now, if I get paid the first, right, or the first 2 weeks, wouldn't you pay your rent with that paycheck, and the next paycheck you could spend on something else?
Yeah.
So would you budget that I have to pay rent in both your paychecks or only one of your paychecks?
I like doing it from both
Why?
because there's a little more breathing room with with money. If the rent comes from one paycheck, and let's just say, oh, I don't know, Capital One decides not to deposit
Yeah,
your
right.
direct deposit, right? It it can potentially make things really difficult. But if it comes from both, you don't feel it as hard. And if something unexpected pops up, you're kind of okay.
100%. Thank you for the input, because there's the method is great, but the point of it is that sometimes you should have a balance in that budget because we live in New York. Rent isn't cheap. I have clients that are paying almost $4,000 in rent for a studio, and one paycheck is not paying your whole rent. But just as an example of how the way this works, with split budgeting, for example, you can put certain payments on the first paycheck and certain payments on the last paycheck, where my phone bill will be paid on the 20th and my rent will pay the first. So I budget both paychecks differently because I know that certain things will come out of that paycheck and certain things will come out of my first paycheck. That way, because what you'll do is sometimes, I notice this with most of my clients, is they'll have the same budget for both paychecks. And then they will overspend on one paycheck and say, hey, where's my money? The issue is that you overspent. You thought you had the same budget when in reality you had to pay rent this month. It adds up. And most people won't notice that. And that's the goal of today. For you all to know that these hidden expenses where people say, how did this happen? Why did I get charged? It's because you didn't plan for it. And that's the realistic view of things, that expenses come unexpected. For example, any of you drive here? Stephanie, let's say you have a certain budget, right? And all of a sudden you get into a car crash or you run into something that's gonna cost you at least $25,000. Do you have that right now to pay out of pocket? Or is that in your budget?
That's what emergency savings is for.
Perfect. But that's the issue. Most people don't have that. Most people will tell you straight up, like, you got a payment plan? And that's how we get stuck in debt. And that's why when we do a follow-up class of just credit, I'll teach you how to be able to negotiate those things of how to reduce your monthly limits. But most people will say, I want to get a payment plan. And then they get stuck. And now you have to include another bill into your budget, which is already could be tight. And now, that's an issue. Any questions on this method? Okay. And that was my quick presentation. Now at the end, I usually do a Q&A, and then I'm going to put 3 links in the chat. We also scan the QR code. You fill out this Google form, and then we're going to pick a winner at the end, and that will raffle off the $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. Any questions?
No.
Got it.
QR code?
What happened?
What you doing? The QR code?
I'm sorry. I could not hear whoever spoke that. I cannot hear it clearly. My bad.
Well, I said, what's the QR code for?
Oh, let me put it up again. Scan the QR code and it'll bring up the Google form. And then that Google form is what will go into the raffle. And then I'll pick the winner. Hold on, put it back up.
But you have the link to put in the chat, right? Because it may be hard if someone's using their phone.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
putting it right now. So in the chat, I'm putting our budget sheets with the other company. I'm also putting the raffle, and then I'm putting my Calendly link. That if any one of you want a free budgeting session or you want financial advice, it will be there. So then we have what, 14 people here. So Cindy, if you want, you can take over now, and then at the end of the meeting, depending on the people who submit, I'll give the raffle away.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Are there any budgeting apps that you think work really well or user friendly?
Yes, I have the name of it right now. Hold on. It's Rocket Money. That is
Okay,
my favorite app. It tells you, look, I have one of the notifications. You spent $600 last week. That's $400 less than usual. So I like that. It keeps me, with everything good. Where,
gotcha.
yeah.
Thank
Mm,
you.
of course. Okay, Stephanie, I'm gonna get the link right now for the Rocket Money, and then I'll add that so way you and Amanda can have that there. Any other questions?
The link
You
for
just put in
the budget
you put in
sheets.
the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Anybody else? Oh, you just need the link for the budget sheets. 1 second.
Someone
What was
was
the
talking earlier. We were colliding with each other, so I was trying to give them space to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was saying that the link for the budget sheets is not working.
There you go. I'll put the new one up. Of course. Mm, so yeah, this is a company I'm actually working with, Financial Legacy Creators, that they have books on budgeting, they have books on credit. So as the classes go on, I'm gonna share both the State Farm resources and the Financial Legacy Creators. Um, any other questions?
So right now, all of you just want to make sure that you're taking time to complete the survey, and that is how he's going to select the person that's going to win the raffle card for the presentation.
Yep. All right. I see 7 responses so far. Great.
And any advice for that expenses in New York are increasing, well, around the world, but in just thinking about in New York, where expenses are increasing, maybe your income is not increasing, but expenses are, right? Um, and even though you try to budget, but in some way you're still living above your means. How do you tackle that when it comes to rent and food? And it's not something that you could just not do.
Man, if we talking New York,
Huh?
we talking New York, Cindy.
Yes, New York.
So here's a trick, which I eventually I'll share with all of you towards the end of a couple classes. But since things are getting expensive, did you know that everybody qualifies for SNAP benefits, no matter your income?
What?
Explain that more.
Yeah. So SNAP benefits are for everybody, and there are laws that saying that no matter what your income is, you qualify for SNAP benefits.
That's not what they say when you be applying.
There's so I'll give you one specific law. There's a law saying that if you're a U.S. citizen, you have rights to homes, food, and nourishment. And this is in the commandments, where I've helped my high end clients here at State Farm that they'll make millions and they get SNAP benefits. No children or nothing. There's laws that people don't know. That if you decide to read, which I'll share the methods later on, but everyone qualifies for that. And
Okay, we got OMG in the chat, and I get that for real. But there's plenty of people that have gone and filed for SNAP, and once they provide their income, they say they're not eligible.
don't worry, I can't, share it this class because I do have a whole presentation. And to make it even better, I will apply with all of you and show you how to do it.
If you say what you got, you ain't gonna give it all in one setting. I understand. I understand. Someone
Mhm.
says how to apply ASAP.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. You know what's crazy? I paid someone $10,000 for that class, and ever since then, I've helped everybody get EBT where we apply. I have letters, I have templates. I even told what to say during the interview because in New York you have to interview for your SNAP benefits. So I have the whole script, everything. I know what you got to say, what they want to hear, but we'll share it towards the end.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question for the group. We want to invite him back for more workshops. Do you prefer to be virtual, or is it something in person that you will attend? Because he does have like the actual hard copy booklets and handouts that you could receive. But would you all be willing to come up for that? Something in person for that? Oh, they said I'm cutting out.
Yeah,
Can you hear? Sorry. Maybe question for me. Did you hear what I was saying?
you cut out a little bit towards the end.
I'm sorry. Am
For
I
the
still
first
cutting out?
I think you're. This is
So I'm asking everyone, we want to invite him back for more presentations. Will you be willing to come out in person or you prefer virtual if we want to do a financial series? And the reason why I'm asking is because in person, he's able to provide the hard copy handouts and booklets.
I can do either.
Okay. I'm hearing more virtual. Okay. Thank you. Has everybody completed the survey? Can you see if they completed the survey?
I got 10 responses so far. And there's 14 of us. Also, I do want to share one more resource, and this is one that I learned about a while ago. It's called Acorn.
The survey is not going through.
All right. The person said that. Can you say your name so I could search real quick?
Cameron.
Cameron. All right.
Cameron.
Cameron. All right.
Cameron.
Cameron.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. See if it shows up. Ooh. Try one more time. Try refreshing it.
But I'm gonna have to do it because it kicks it out completely. Where did I do it already? See? Okay.
Did Judith go through?
I'm checking right now. I got you. Boom, Judith.
Thank you.
Yeah, Judith went through.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna do it right now. Y'all let me know when y'all done, and we'll do the raffle. And then one last resource I do want to share is once again the app Acorn. It basically helps you invest your money and it rounds up the things you spend. So if you spend $1.25, it rounds up the change and it keeps it in an account for you. And it keeps it in an account that actually grows the stock market. So right now the market is doing good. So I've seen like your 75 cents could turn to like $1.25.
This is not working properly at all.
Let me get the link.
One for this one. Come on.
All right, I put the link for the form one more time.
Can I ask a question about Acorn?
Of course.
Yes, with Acorn, do you have to give your financial information like your bank, routing number, all that?
Yes.
Mm, I'm kind of leery about that.
Oh, I get it, but most of these apps do require that because they're the ones that, once you make the transaction, they
Yeah.
have to check like what you spent on so they can give you the difference.
So it's accredited, the Acorn app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just put the names on real quick.
Okay.
Thank you to all of those who completed the survey. We're going to give you one more minute. And those of you whose name is not coming up on when you join the Zoom meeting, can you please put your name in the chat so I can enter you in for the raffle gift card through the partnership? So Zoom user, and there's someone who comes up as iPad. Just put your name in the chat, please.
I'm putting the ones right now that I have. Yeah, I
It's
got,
just not going with me. I don't know why. Could you check for me again if it's submitted? Cameron.
of course. I got your information, Cameron, right here. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Boom, hold on. Putting the randomizer right now. I'm just putting our names in the wheel so it's all fair.
Someone is iPad. Can you please put your name in the chat?
Yes, please, so I
I
can put
won't
that.
be able to enter you in. But are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Boom.
Okay,
Kimberly.
you can go in. Go ahead. I think everybody was able to complete the survey.
All right. I'm just adding this one last name. Anna, okay. Now let me share my screen. Let's see who wins. Congratulations, Gilbert.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So what we'll do is let me make sure if you can put your email in the chat, and then I'm going to send you the gift card.
What you said? What you said? To put my email?
Yeah.
Okay.
This information as well. Make sure you get it. You'll get it.
Make sure it's
I can
here.
email it to you for you as well, Mr. Gilbert.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Oh, we put it in
Gilbert,
the chat for you. There you go.
perfect. Okay. So then I will have the gift card to you in about 5 minutes. Cindy, that's all I got. Thank you for being here, everybody.
Information. We'll be setting up that series like we mentioned. And we definitely got some interest. Somebody suggests doing a hybrid, so maybe we'll see about that.
Got it. All right. Well, as that works for me. And then I'm gonna just put my link right now one more time. You can all set up a consultation with me, and since you all here, it is free, and then we'll make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Don't worry, Judith. On his 5 classes, I'll drop this
Information
to a snap.
another time. So stay connected. Continue to look at our newsletter because we're definitely going to be showing that financial series soon. Advertising that soon. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do our raffle gift cards. 1 second. Just say it. Everybody. If you're not on, I'll ask you for your name. But I think I got everyone. Okay.
That was me.
Did we hear Angel?
Yeah, that's me. I have a boy name, but it's me, Angel.
Awesome. Can you put your email in the chat, please?
Sure.
Your email, please. Thank you
Okay.
so much. All right. We'll do two more.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, one more.
Do you have my email? Yay. Lagaya.
Yay!
That's awesome. Those are three winners. You
Thank
have
you.
fun tonight. So thank you again for all of you joining us. I'm just gonna wrap it up beside the last slide for the presentation. Can you see the presentation? Hold on. Okay. And I hope all of you take advantage of signing up for a free consultation. Again, stay connected. Explore our website at eastflatbushpartnership.org. Follow us on Facebook or in Instagram at East Flatbush Partnership. You can email us at ef@cpp.jccany.org. We thank all of you for joining us tonight. We're ending a little bit early, but that's okay. We're giving you back your time. Use it wisely. So I would say some time to sit down, and if you have not looked over your budget or how you're handling your money lately, take the time to sit down and do that now. And again, stay connected, and we look forward to having you next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Miss Reed. Thank you, everyone. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, everyone. Take care.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Same to you. Happy Valentine's. Have a blessed weekend.
Have a good evening, y'all. Bye.
Same to you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Andrew, I want to make sure your email is correct.
Yes, it's a little bit long. It's just this is my personal email.
Okay, I just want to make sure. No problem. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, I don't understand my company name. There we go. That's my personal. Thank you.
Thank you.